I'm going through it with my baby daddy. Let's see what my family got going on. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Y'all come with me while I do some homework. I was on Twitter and I seen this post. She is just amazing, a godsend, okay? She was like, you'll probably never hear a story about somebody sitting down trying to figure out in their head how to make money and somehow coming up with something that just worked out of the blue. It's a process. And I was just like, listen, if you know anything about human design and astrology, I am a splenic projector. And I also have guilt motivation. So when there's a problem, when there's something that needs to be fixed, corrected, or there's an issue, I have to be the one to do it. And I have to follow my gut and my instinct. And let me tell you, because I definitely have a story. So it was 2015. I was in my bag. I was doing anything, doing everything, working everywhere. And I went to beauty school from 2011 to 2013. People knew that I could do hair, but I wasn't really advertising. That wasn't really something on my mind. I was working, getting the bag. I just got out the military also. I just had my kids, 2012, 2013. 2015 rolls up. I'm going through it with my baby daddy, okay? I'm putting y'all in my business. But long story short, 2015, my baby daddy get to tripping, doing the most outrageous stuff. He ended up not watching the kids one day, trying to be petty. And I'm like, oh, well, I'm going to take him to work with me. So I did. Took him to work with me, took him to school with me that day. And I got home and I'm like, nah. Because one thing about it, I'm going to do what I could do. And I'm going to do it well with my kids on my back at any time. Like, they are not going to stop me from doing what I need to do. I'm here to do it for them. Anyway, so after he pulled that little stunt, like, he realized, like, she gonna do it regardless. And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do it regardless. But at the same time, that was like, girl, you can't do this. Because it really overstimulated me. Like, I'm trying to be a mom, and I'm trying to focus on school, and I'm trying to focus on work. It was too much. So I'm like, I need to come up with a plan. So my dumb ass, that same night, I get home, and I'm like, I need to come up with a plan. I got the plan. I just need the platform. And back then was when, everybody was still, smoking and whatnot. I don't smoke, but back then everybody, used to smoke and whatnot. So I seen 50,000 people walking around selling the green, okay? And I'm like, that must be a lucrative business. I need parts. So, so I hit up my homeboy, and I'm like, listen, I got the plan. I just need the platform, okay? 2 weeds, please. He's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, I need to make some more money. I want to stay home and focus on my craft, make thousands and thousands of dollars. I feel like this is the plan. 2 weeds, please. Okay? How do you order it? Do they have a telephone number? Is there a Facebook page? Do I need a resume? He's like, first of all, you're going to get yourself locked up because you have no idea what you're doing. I'm like, you know what? You right. And I'm like, dang, what else can I do? Immediately, I'm like, girl, you could stay home and do hair. Just constantly do hair. But that's not enough because, again, I was already doing that. I was already home doing hair for a little while, and it wasn't enough for me. Back in 2015, nobody was really getting the laces, doing all of that extra stuff. But I was doing a lot of braids, a lot of lace, a lot of closures, a lot of sewings. I was getting it, but it wasn't enough. So a lot of my clients would ask me, what kind of hair to use, what's the best hair, and what edge control to use, and what I said. I'm about to start selling bundles and edge control, closures, frontals, units. Back then, nobody was really wearing wigs and stuff like that for real. Like, nobody's really doing that. But I said, bitch, if I introduce it, I'm a sell. I'm a get it in. I'm a practice make perfect. I'm a do it. Again, this is all in the same night. Pretty much all in like the same 30 minutes. After him telling me I'm gonna get my ass locked up, I took out a notebook and I went on the website of where I purchased my hair and the hair that I recommended to my customers, and I mapped it out. I sent the email to the distributor. I sent them a copy of my business license. I sent them a copy of my cosmetology license. and I was able to unlock pricing. I sent my information to the distributor of, what is that edge control that's real popular now? Edge booster. I was the first one, and I got testimonials. Okay, I was the first one ever. Why? How I found it? I was back in NY, and I was at regular shopping beauty supply store, and I seen it, and it was colorful, and I'm like, "Ooh, what's this?" So I grabbed it. I was like, "Ooh!" It was back then. The formula changed, but back then, fire. No white flaking, no nothing. I hit them up, sent them my credentials. They gave me bomb ass pricing. Boom. I figured out that night, hand on notebook, pencil in hand, how much everything would cost, how much I was going to charge for it, and how much I need to sell to not have to worry about another bill. Ever. I figured out the name of my company. And it wasn't just all me. I have to give big props to my homeboy because he sat there with me for hours. He sat there with me for hours because he's a numbers guy. He's a math guy. Making sure my numbers made sense. Making sure my drop date made sense. Making sure everything that I was saying made sense. And everything made sense. He was just there to make sure the numbers was doing what the numbers were supposed to do. January 17th, 2015, I dropped my hair company. I named it after my daughter and my son. And I went crazy. I was doing hair, selling the edge controls. I also sold charcoal masks, the charcoal peel off masks. Those was booming. I was making wigs. I did not have to worry about another motherfucking bill for years. Years. All because I had the plan and the platform. 2018, fast forward, I transitioned my business from bundles and edge control and units to healthy scalp and hair care. Biggest, best pivot ever. But yeah, my business came about because I was going to try to be a schmug schmealer and realized that that really wasn't a good option because I didn't know how to be a schmug schmealer and I was going to go to jail for being a schmug schmealer. So I just used my natural talent.